Oh my god, we have a lot to talk about in this video, but let me get straight to the point. How awesome is this Croc Skin? I'm definitely getting this one. It's easily the best tier 2 skin in the game at the moment, and his battle axes look absolutely insane. I mean, this guy looks like he's about to go on a rampage and kill literally everyone. We also got an Iggy and Scorch Fireball skin, which is decent for a tier 1 skin, and we finally get a Gideon skin. I will say it looks quite nice. I like how his eyes look pretty evil and possessed, but nothing compares to that Ruby Scarab Croc Skin. Speaking of Gideon, his Cosmic Rift ability got a rework. You know how it looked cool in the Paragon trailers and images, but then when we played the game it looked kind of pathetic? Well, now it's been redesigned to be just like the trailers. It's now a single meteor with it doing a huge amount of damage instantly rather than over time. So other than the ability looking different, it actually functions differently as well. I like that it does a lot of damage instantly. I mean, it does almost 500 damage to Sparrow here. The area of effect has also been reduced, so it seems that this might function as an ability that catches only one hero or two if they're in close proximity. I think this could be what Gideon needs to make him a reliable pick again. The burst damage is something a lot of people felt casters lacked in Paragon, and hopefully this is a step in the right direction. I personally can't wait to try out this new ability. His ultimate, Black Hole, also got a reduction in initial cast time from 1 second to 0.5 seconds, which hopefully should allow you to get more damage before you get stunned right out of your ult. What do you guys think of the Gideon changes? Do you think he's a valid pick with this rework and changes to his ultimate? Let me know in the comment section below. Muriel also received a buff, and I actually don't know if she needed a buff, especially with the changes to damage cards. I thought that was a good enough buff for her already. Obviously Epic thought otherwise, so they have reduced the cooldown of Consecrated Ground by 2 seconds at all levels. Consecrated Ground is the bubble AoE shield that shields all allies inside it. Did Muriel need a buff? Maybe. Will this make her OP? I don't think so, but maybe we'll start seeing her a lot more now. Now, 2 cards did receive a change in this patch. Firstly, if you watched my video that I put out yesterday, I said that Epic needed to buff Hydroversa to 7.5% or maybe even 10% to make this card viable and for it to see more use, and they did exactly that. Hydroversa now increases energy damage by 7% of current mana, so an increase of 2%. Coincidence? Who knows? This might not seem like a lot, but it increases the cost effectiveness of this card immensely, so I'll definitely be testing this one out soon. Traitor's Touch got nerfed to bring it into line with the damage changes, so they reduced the passive damage based on the enemy's player's current health from 5% to 3%. Whether this card is still worth it remains to be seen, but again I'll be testing it out as well. Consumables are also getting tweaked slightly. Starter health and mana potions and rare potions of the same regen type, so health or mana, can no longer be activated at the same time, which makes sense because if you equip 4 different consumables that all gave you health regen, you could just use them all at once and you could stack your health regen ridiculously high. Onto the heroes. Now, I've mentioned the 2 biggest changes. There wasn't really anything else that caught my eye as being super important. Greystone's Reforged now probably awards him the OP buff if he kills the Guardian with it. Gadget Seek and Destroy can no longer be interrupted once activated, and Richter's Shock Therapy can be cancelled by reactivating the ability. The rest of the heroes receive polishing and bug fixing. What I also found interesting was that Muriel, Kallari and Chimera all received improved targeting. So Muriel and Kallari have improved targeting on their ultimates. Something a lot of people complained about was the targeting on the ult. You try and target someone and then someone would run past and it would switch, or you couldn't really see who you were targeting, so hopefully they've made it clear in this new update. And that's, well, really it. Some bug fixes here and there, new sound in the menu, but honestly a very small patch considering this is patch version 0.3. I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm actually disappointed by the lack of changes. I understand that they probably don't want to introduce too many changes because they'd likely have a ton of bugs accompanying such a big patch so close to open beta, but it seems a little underwhelming to me. I'm also questioning the strategy of actually releasing the game with travel mode, getting everyone used to it and then removing it for a completely different way of traversing the map. I understand, as does 99% of the player base in early access, that big things will happen and the game will evolve. but when the game goes into open beta, those players will expect the core fundamentals to be there, and traversing the map is one of them. I will say Epic probably know better than me, but they are taking a huge risk releasing a project that we all know is going to dramatically change, whereas those in the open beta might not actually realize how different this game is about to become in 6 to 9 months. Also, is anyone else experiencing really long matches? Most of my games have gone on for at least an hour, and I don't think that is acceptable. It takes way too long, and most people don't want to have to play an hour-long match, rather a 30 to 40 minute match at the most. And again, is this the kind of impression new players should have? It might seem like I'm being negative, but far from it. I love the game. My whole channel is dedicated to it. I'm just letting you know my thoughts, so maybe you can let me know yours in the comment section below. This really was a lackluster patch. Other than the 3 skins and the changes to Muriel and Gideon, it lacks real content. Whether this is because they just want to manage their servers and ensure that the patch runs as smoothly as possible for the influx of players, I don't know. It seems like a logical explanation, so I'll let them off for now, but I hope that we start to see some real progress in the near future. Tell us more about card crafting and how you plan for it to work. Update us on the progress being made to travel mode. These for me are the priority, and there's no point surprising us in a patch just to have us all disappointed by how you implemented. Let the community get a preview so we can give our feedback and help shape this into a great game. Again, sorry for the negative tone in this video. I really do love the game and I want to see it grow into something awesome. Let me know what you guys think about this patch in the comment section below, and maybe if I was being too harsh. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Until next time guys, peace.